Our next speaker is a graduate of Leon Goshaw High School in Nichols. 47 years of coaching under his belt, 21 years at St. Charles Catholic, guided the Comets to the state championship in 2011 and state title appearances in 2005, 2006, and 2016. Coached Lutcher to a state title in 1977, coached Riverside to a state title in 1983, served as the head coach of Jesuit previously and an assistant coach at Tulane, two different stints over a long period of time. St. Charles Catholic will host top-ranked LHSAA Friday night at Thomas Dupuis Stadium. Please give a warm quarterback club welcome to Coach Frank Monica of St. Charles Catholic.
Thanks, Ken. Just like I wrote it, I appreciate the intro. It's a pleasure to share the podium with these distinguished guests, especially Coach Roth, one of the better football coaches in the state. I have some friends in the audience, Coach Mack that helped us build our building, and one of the best cooks in all Louisiana, Miss Holly Erickson, is sitting up here in the front table there. Holly, thank you again, and that means that's an invitation for you to cook again for you, so just in case you know. I'll put this down for I'm not as tall as I used to be. Too many third down and longs. Let me just tell you a little bit about our program. First of all, we start off. In fact, Coach, I wanted to ask a question. When I was a kid, I don't know how many of you guys are as old as I am, because it's been a few years, but there was an express. Do you guys remember that? There was a train that used to go from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. In fact, there was 25 passenger cars, two of them would pass by, and we would naturally stand on the railroad track and throw rocks at it and do the whole thing. But they would go and you park right by the stadium. I don't know if they've ever thought about bringing that back. You guys remember that? That was years ago. They used to call it Express there, and they used to pass right through Garyville, Louisiana. Now that's where I'm originally from. A lot of people like to brag about being from Garyville, Louisiana, but I'm really from Garyville, Louisiana. But anyway, let me just tell you a little bit about our football team presently. I've never had a year like this. We ended the season last year with 22 promising seniors. We're now down to 14. We've had 6 surgeries on our football team, and we had 2 of them that were all Metro preseason all Metro players. Del Rioub and Lloyd Dash. They've already had surgeries, and now we're down to 14 of those guys. And so we had to come up with a real young guys, a real replacement. My biggest problem right now is diaper rash. So have you got any Gold Bond, stuff like that? That's the problem we're having. So, but I have a real good staff. It's led by Coach Wayne Stein that handles the defense, and Coach Ty Monica handles the offense. And I ordered the dead chicken for post games. So that's all I do. But it's a credit to those guys for what they do. Congratulations to the student athletes. Ryan, you made a 35, only a 35. You didn't go home and study. But we have a big ball game this week, and our kids have been very resilient. They've practiced like they're supposed to. They've taken it and they've replaced one another, and I'm very proud of them. And because no one's complained about, Coach, we don't have so and so. We started a sophomore quarterback, and when he first started the season, he couldn't hit the Pacific Ocean. But now at least he keeps it in the infield. So I mean, he's doing a nice job of that. And but we play De La Salle this week. And Coach, I know Coach Manala's around here somewhere. If they put a Fleur de Lis in their helmet, they look like the Saints. They're really huge, big, very talented. I don't think we can tackle that quarterback in a phone booth, but we're going to try to do the best we can. And in fact, the guys came running out for practice yesterday, and one assistant coach said, "Coach, what do you tell them?" I said, "The last 11's got to start against the De La Salle." So they came sprinting out. So I mean, they're a big, powerful, fast football team. They're 6 inches across the eyes. I mean, I've never seen a team that big in high school. And they're well coached. And Coach Manala, credit to you that built that program. And they're only averaging 47 points a game. In fact, I don't think that punter's going to let her. That punter didn't put enough to let her. So it's going to be quite a challenge for us to stay on the field and give them a good football game. But I'm going to close with this, and thanks to Ed, thanks to you and Kenny for keeping football alive in high school. With your show, Ed, because I'm afraid, and Coach Roth alluded to it, I'm afraid of football for the future. This is my 48th year. I'm not on the 18th grade of my career, but I can see the clubhouse. You know what I mean? And what I see right now is happening in the state of football. It's because travel ball is infiltrated, and kids are now not playing multi-sports anymore like we all grew up with. Every one of you in here that plays sports played more than one sport. Travel ball is very costly, but now it's more importantly, it's making kids just pigeonhole themselves for the rest of their career, what I'm totally against. One thing that football gives you, you know, I preach to my kids every year, I have a 10 commandments that I call a core value system. My number one core value is accountability. If there's anything that you get from football, because football, you know, it's huge. It's really important for the school. It becomes the front porch of our school and our university. The president, when Newt Rockne was playing at Notre Dame, I read this somewhere, he'd just been elected as president of Notre Dame, and he said, when Newt Rockne was the coach there, he said, I just hope I can build a university that the football team is proud of. Well, it's not that serious, but the bottom line is that this sport is being picked on. It's being picked on because through the media and all the concussion protocol and things of that nature, they're changing the rules of football. Before you know it, it's going to be flag football. And you know, I don't get it. I don't get the concussion protocol thing. All of us in here played. We played without my old football coach, Joe Keller. There was no such thing as a water break. There was no such thing as a concussion. There was no such thing as a knee injury. It was water on the knee back then. You drained it and you played. But nowadays, I told you this before, there's no such thing as a bruise anymore. It's now called a hematoma. So all of these things will keep you out for a minimum of 2 weeks. But the bottom line, our numbers are down, and they're really dropping because of the aspect of the AAU stuff, travel soccer, travel baseball, and that's very, very costly. And more importantly, what they're doing to the game. When I hear NFL players talk about what I've never let my son play football, I said, what? I don't get that. I don't get that. We all played for nothing, you know, way back then. And I just don't get the state of what's taking place in our sport. So I want to thank you guys for helping us out, because there is an attack on football itself. And therefore, we're going to destroy a great game. Kenny, thanks for having me, and good luck. I hope to see all you guys come to watch the De La Salle. If you want to see a good football team, come watch De La Salle on Friday. Thank you very much.